So I'm going to go ahead and do a session now. It's 11:47, Thursday, 28th of August 2025. It's a good day. Almost immediately you say the sun's energy and Jupiter's energy is around along with Mars. It's a pretty good day. It's a very good day in fact. So anyway, I have checked off camera with the pendulum. You morph my photos and think you are it, makes you very stupid. No, I don't have time for stupid people. Okay? Also, the one who's coming to talk for Shirdi Sai Sacharitra, in that, why are you making the grinding of the teeth sound with all the dramatics? At my home, when we're doing the audio reading of Shirdi Sai Sacharitra, one chapter at a time, we don't want people who do the dramatics and do artificial intelligence and misrepresent things with all the dance drama. हमको वो चाहिए ही नहीं हमारे घर पे. जो ओरिजिनल रीडिंग है उसको चलने दो. तू साउंड इफेक्ट्स यहाँ वहाँ से कहाँ लगाती रहती है. That grinding of the teeth, Anita one version has done with me. I'm going to teach you a lesson. दांत को grind करे. Om Hadit people are not that quality. For Anita we have got somebody from Iraq and Syria as a shapeshifter. Highly dangerous. And for Binu, somebody from Korea. तो ये कॉम्बिनेशन. और बीनू की जो औरत है उसमें अनीता भी बनी है, बीनू भी बनी है. सीरिया और वो इराक की जो है पता नहीं कौन कौन बनी है. तो यू आर ऑलवेज शेप शिफ्टिंग. देयर इज वी आर नॉट अ वॉर टॉर्न कंट्री इन दिस कंट्री. Even when this country got its independence, it did so from peaceful methods. You are from a war-torn country. Maa ka jitiya, that cheap talk that you do at my home is either the sewers and the slums, or then people who are not used to a peaceful environment to grow up in. Maybe you didn't have a mother. Maybe you lost a mother in a war from the time you were an infant and you were brought up with a hard hand. But that's not my background, nor is it my mother's background. Before you grab identity, first study the family, because you are standing out like a stinking sore thumb otherwise. You understood? And stop grinding your teeth when we are doing the Sai Sacharitra. I've been observing you for 1 year now. तुम्हारे घटिया साउंड इफेक्ट्स हमको नहीं चाहिए. हमारे फोटोज को वाइट करके मॉफ मत कर. Bloody idiots. What is it? You want some air? Don't get enough? Under normal circumstances? क्या है problem? Hello dollies, are you all here? Cutie pie. Okay, have you woken up? Did you eat all the fruit? Did you? Okay, now I'm going to continue because I off camera got Shambhav E yesterday, darling. Now I'm sorry, but I didn't take your name because while you were on earth I hardly spent much time with you. After you got married to anybody, whether it's Umesh, whether it's Kabir, whether it is Akhil, I got a habit, I stay away, right? The girl has to adjust and she's got her in-laws, if at all, or even if she's got only her husband, well, it's very tough, so I just stay away. Before you guys get married, I'm hanging around my cousins a lot more, and that's just because my parents split primarily because of, let's say, my father's brother and his wife and I didn't want a repeat show. I don't want to ever be a cause for anybody else's family breaking up. Right? That's one of the reasons I'm very particular keeping my distance after people get married. And that's it. My aunts are a different thing. They've been part of my life from the time I was pretty young. Also, their mothers, they're used to handling their own children. Their kids have come after a few years of their marriage. They've got three children. So hanging out with them for a month or so, twice a year, is not a big deal because, well, it's not a newly married couple or a young couple. And only on invite. If they invite me, only then, not otherwise. Now, Shambhav E, your son is still on earth. Your son's name is Mr. Dev Hingorani. Is he doing okay? I don't know what he looks like because the last that I saw him was he was a 4 or a 5-year-old. Only I was surprised that Umesh, after coming out of a shower, says, "This boy will take us to the streets." And I thought that wasn't nice to say, but I said Umesh is a very polite boy and he's very well mannered, so I find that strange that he should say something of that sort about his own only son and only child. Anyway, I'm assuming lots of things went haywire at the United Breweries without us knowing anything, and they divided all of us and mixed us with clones, and none of the originals who would ever harm the other person ever met each other. They probably, for most part of it, would make appointments, intercept calls, intercept communication, and make every original within the family of people who don't harm anybody meet clones who harm people. And that's how they mixed up everything, at least in our setup, is my guess. Now, I don't know whether you want to give your son a message. He has somebody looking like you with him as of now. He needs to, I don't know how he's going to handle it because he's a youngster. And I don't know how he's going to handle it. I don't know if I have the ability to give any advice because I've grappled with a lot myself. And I don't know how I'm still alive over here. I must have been considered really useless. So they left me alive, or they have a plan for me. I don't know. They have a plan for me. So anyway, I'm not in a position to give your son advice, but I don't know what you want to tell him. I can't imagine what you'd want to say to him. Now the thing is, I also want to check with you one thing. What I do want to check with you, Shambhav E, is were you ever at Bhatia Hospital? You know, in the year 2019, I got renunciation for Shambhav E that she had to renounce something, that you had to renounce something. But I'm asking, were you ever brought to Bhatia Hospital in the year 2019? Were you one of the ladies with the face of Anita? You cannot shapeshift for Anita because you're taller than Anita, my mom. But my mom can shapeshift for you because she's 5'3" in height, I think. Slightly taller than me or slightly shorter than me. Did Anu Sadrangani ever shapeshift for you, Shambhav E? Anu from the 70s, did she ever shapeshift for you? The Korean, Syrian, Iraqi Anita, did she ever shapeshift for you? Did she shapeshift as your mother-in-law, darling, and create problems for you? Anyway, you and Umesh are together as of now. You're with my sister JAYA.ADVANI, file name Cat. You're with my grandparents Parpati Sadrangani and Mr. Ramchand Sadrangani. You with my Dada and Dadi Hukumatrai Advani and Kalavati Hukumatrai Advani. My mum also has come back into the afterlife. There is a question about Bhatia Hospital. Were you, my mom, one other prettier woman, were they exchanging people more often? I thought it was only my mom and only some prettier version of my mom. Was there more than two people who were exchanged in the identity of Anu Sadrangani Anita Merchant at Bhatia Hospital in the year 2019? Kira was the man handling it. He's Agnello Fernandez. What I'm trying to understand, Shambhav E, earlier you told me you had already moved into the afterlife, but on the 26th of August 2025, you told me that my mom Anu Sadrangani had moved into the afterlife. And she's the one who was at Chile? Who was at Chile on the 26th of August 2025 or the 25th of August, on the 12th of August 2025 or the 17th of August 2025 or then on the 12th of July 2025. Was that you, darling, Shambhav E? Looking like you had autoimmune actually in those two places, Antofagasta and Chukwamata. Was that my mom Anu Sadrangani from the 1970s who was at Chile? Yesterday when I checked with you, she was to swinging away very happily on the pendulum with full strength. But last night I asked, you said she's gone in for healing of some kind. This morning when I came and asked you, you said she's not here, she's in the meditative state. Whatever the process is, it's going to take her 1 week to get on her, to get out of and be back in her form. She says it'll take her 2 years to get back to her full form. I only wanted to sort out that Shambhav E. Krishnan, you are SM Krishna's daughter, the real SM Krishna's daughter. He was the CM of Karnataka, your father. You are Vicky's real sister. You grew up in Sadashiv Nagar. You were very thin and you used to be very pretty, lanky feet, and used to be like a model. When you were with Umesh initially, you are that girl, right? You have visited, you used to hang around with Umesh at United Brewery's brewery house even before you got married. Kailash auntie used to get little, I don't know if she was Kailash or who, but okay, whatever it is, you that girl, you are Dev's mother. Okay, I just needed to clarify with you about this issue. Now you have last night, there are two issues that I want to clarify with you. You tell me that within 1 week's time you are going to reincarnate on earth as puppies. Shirdi Sai Baba has given you the permission and you're going to be in that state for the next 15 years, you say, in and around 15 years. My question to you is, today when I was, kind of getting my stuff together to get dressed, I was thinking, is this incident already happened in the past? Where your genomes were stolen for creating a litter of puppies, the way they've done it with Chocolate Family. Is it that you were trying to tell me about? You're telling me your Atmic journey itself, without your genomes being stolen, is coming into, your Atma is coming into a life where you're going to be pets at people's homes For the next 15 years, Umesh Hingorani, Shambhav E. Hingorani, Varsha Advani, Kailash Hingorani or Mrs. Ritu Malia, Binu Sadrangani, Shilpa Sadrangani, Anil Sadrangani, Sunil Sadrangani, Rajan Sadrangani, Mala Sadrangani, Kani Advani and Kiran Narottam Das Merchant are some of the few who are going to be born this way now. Alisha Sadrangani is okay in the spirit form. She is not going to be reincarnating on earth. She has no problems with food and water. Chitru Mirchandani Advani has no problems with food and water. She is not going to reincarnate, you said. My mom is not going to reincarnate since she is okay without food and water. She's okay subsisting on whatever it is. She's okay. My Dada, Dadi, Nana, Nani, which is Parpati Sadrangani, Ramchand Sadrangani, and Hukumatrai Advani and Kalavati Hukumatrai Advani. My Dada, Dadi, Nana, Nani, reverse it around, it's okay. They also are not going to reincarnate. They have no problems with the food and water. The rest of them whose names I took primarily are going to come into pet forms, homes given by Shirdi Sai Baba for your well-being, so that your physical needs are taken care of. You find it difficult, in spite of having gone to Swargloka and above, you find it difficult to stay without food and water still? When I leave the physical body, Shambhav E, with consultation with whatever you have and whatever research you can do in spirit, will I have the same problems as you? Again, I'm asking you the same question. 15 years down the line, when I leave my body and go into the afterlife, you guys also will be moving back into spirit in the same timeline? In that timeline, we will congregate as a soul tribe together and will be leaving this plane for the higher planes once and for all, not to return for a very long time. Is that true? So I'm just repeating the same thing that I did off camera yesterday. I don't know whether I recorded it or I don't know whether I recorded it or I didn't record it. Okay, the other thing that I need to ask you, Shambhav E, for clarification, you are insisting I move lock, stock, barrel from the city and the state your father was a chief minister at? You're asking me to sell this 2 BHK apartment and to move lock, stock, barrel to another country? Have you consulted Shirdi Sai Baba on it? No, don't just say it that way. Have you really consulted Shirdi Sai Baba on it? Has my mom consulted Shirdi Sai Baba on it? Has my sister Varsha Advani, file name Cat, consulted Shirdi Sai Baba on it? You guys, now once you move into a human body, will your Atma be able to visit me the way you do over here? Will my mom still be able to be in touch with me via the pendulum, along with my Nana, Nani, Dada, Dadi, Alisha and Chitru Auntie? And whoever else and whatever else they need to actually discuss and sort out? What if I have a problem selling my 2 BHK apartment? Do you want me to sell this 2 BHK apartment on the 18th floor of Purva Palm Beach, Bangalore 560077? Will I have a problem selling the apartment? What if they cheat me on the amount? What if they fool around on, like, how they've tried in different things? Is it true I was far more stolen from? Was Rohika Chagla Mistry? Are you in touch with her in the afterlife? Cyrus Mistry's wife from Shapurji Palonji and MC Chagla's granddaughter, the Chagla law firm. When she has told, was she telling me, Jaya.ADVANI, I told you about my shoes which used to squeak, and my mom and the carry cot and the naan for teething as an infant, and how many cycles I had, my tricycle and my that scooter with the feet, pushing it with the foot and zooming through the bedroom and the office room and the passage into my dadi's room and the balcony perhaps. And then that big scooter which had holes in the seat, and then my 2 cycles, and going to Esso Garden to play in the sand pit. My dad taking me to the aquarium and also to see the fish being caught at Marine Drive, eating butta and all in the rains. My mom making me wear gumboots and nice raincoat and all so I can splash in the water on Marine Drive. And so lots of my dad taking me on the double decker in the front on the top to give my mom a break, because Varsha could have newly been born at that time, or then taking me for a boat ride. So my question is, I'm asking you about me. Rohika Chagla Mistry says I was stolen from far more than her. Was she talking to me? Was she talking about her husband? She was talking about her husband being far more stolen from than her. Was she talking about people like Mr. Vijay Mallya? That's what she was trying to say, that that her net worth compared to how much these guys stole. She was trying to point in the direction of all the corporates who had been stolen from. Her husband Cyrus Mistry is still in his human body. Her legally wedded husband called Cyrus Mistry is still in his human body. He's really been sent to Patal. But if he was stolen from so much, then why they've sent him to Patal? Is it Cyrus Mistry, the real Cyrus Mistry of Shapurji Palonji, who's been sent to Patal for a little while? Then he'll be back to the Atala Vitala and a better state in some time without going to the higher realms. Okay, you are sure that I should be moving from here on my own? I should do the visa on my own? Are you still repeating yourself that somebody will come from our setup forward and with them I should go? Trustworthy, good people? But then how will I find them? I don't understand. How will I find them? Will they present themselves? But if you're not going to be here in a week's time, will my mom know who those people are who I should go with? You're saying it's a month after Starlink will be in India? But should I start the process of selling this apartment? I should start the process of selling this apartment? Do you want to say anything to Dave? Because I don't know what to... Do you want Dave also to move? I don't know where your son is. I don't know what he's doing. I have no clue. I don't even know what he looks like. Do you want me to do a throw on the topic of where you want us to move, darling? And not where you want us to move, who you are talking to? Are you talking to... Okay, so you are connected to Umesh. Umesh and you are Dev's parents. Then there is Ahilya, which is Pramila's parents, but Pramila Hingorani is alive. She's got Ahilya and Dushant. So if she's an adult, she can take care of her, Ahilya and Dushant, her children. Pramila Hingorani's children are Ahilya and Dushant. So are you directing anything to Ahilya and Dushant? Are you giving Ahilya and Dushant, they've got their parents to take care of them? You are advising Dev only, Dev Hingorani only? What about Liana? Are you advising Liana? Liana has an older brother, Krish. Are you advising Krish? So you are advising only Krish and your son Dev. Only the two of them? So I don't want to say anything. Are you telling Krish and Dev that they should be moving also lock, stock, barrel? Is that what you're advising them to? But I don't know where they're at. I wouldn't know how to pass the message on. I don't even know what they look like. Nikhil Advani, my actual cousin from the 70s, is he still alive? He is real Chitru Mirchandani Advani's son. He's still alive. Pramila Hingorani is still alive. What about my cousin Kabir Gupta? We have his photo in a frilly court at 190 Sankey Road. He's the firstborn. That boy is still alive. That boy is really Koshi Gupta and Subhash Gupta's firstborn. Is that boy still in his human body? I got a black and white photo. Is his brother Akhil Gupta still in his human body? Is his youngest brother Nitesh Gupta still in his human body? My cousin Kabir Gupta and me have been in touch recently. My cousin Kabir Gupta and myself have met since 2019, ever face to face. My cousin Kabir Gupta is the boy who told me, I told him, see, my hand has got cut. He says, what about your feet? Was that Kabir Gupta? My cousin Kabir Gupta is how tall? He's the tall guy. There's a Kabir Gupta who's short and small built also. And thin. So how I will know who's the real Kabir Gupta? I am still confused. The one who the Diwali get together at Fern's residency. Does Kabir Gupta, my cousin, live at Fern's residency? Shapeshifters come and go from Fern's residency? My cousin Kabir Gupta lives abroad somewhere? Does my cousin Kabir Gupta know of my existence? Does he know where I stay and where I'm at? Does he know who I am? He knows my skin is now not, my chin has got affected. And I've got lots of marks on my hand. Kabir is Iraqi. She's saying Kabir is Iraqi. Kabir is Iraqi. Kabir is Subhash Gupta's son, and that's a proper Gupta family from the longest time from Carmichael Road, Urvashi building. Well settled like Narottam Das merchant. From the 1800s, or at least early 1900s. Nikhil Advani, my cousin, is aware of my existence. No, the real. That means Suchitra Mirchandani Advani's son. He's aware of my existence. So you are, anyway, Nikhil is in India. Nikhil Advani lives in India. Kabir Gupta lives in India from the 70s. Nitesh Gupta lives in India. Okay, good. So they're all out of India. That's good. Your Dev lives in India. Krish lives in India. Shreddy Sai Papa is going to help do the process of moving wherever you've advised us to move. Is there any connection between you and places like Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines that you want me to check via the read? You're literally asking us with our physical bodies to pack up, sell and move countries? Okay, I will do that. Is there anything else you want to say, darling? Do you want me to do a Scrabble throw on the back of it for you? Okay, I'll just do that. 1 minute. So I'll do the Scrabble throw. I'll throw the pieces here and then move it here. Okay. So Shreddy Sai Baba, please say what Shambhav, E and Umesh, Nurani want to say. What is it? Vipa, help, I'll give you a, you know what, where you'll come to know. Keep that mouth shut. And don't talk nonsense in my home. You are shameless. How you are sitting and exchanging people. Okay, so what we got over here is 2 U's, 2 A's, 2 E's, two D's, three U's, three U's, Omenox, 2 O's, SIT, XRMY. Okay, so we're going to move the 3 U's. Two A's, 2 E's, 2 O's, 2 D's, RX, sit, and my. So Shambhav E is Sam, SAM. Ye Samdani. Only wants to check whether I am a Keralite's daughter. No, I am a Advani. You come to check an autoimmune lady in Bhatia hospital and all you ask is, how are you? Who is this? My daughter. Nobody in my home speaks daughter. We are all English speaking, convent educated from my grandmother's time at Karachi. It doesn't make us Pakistani. Otherwise, there should never have been a partition of Hindustan. Perhaps you need to revisit history. My grandfather is a zamindar pre-partition from Hyderabad, Sindh to Bombay 4 years before. My grandmother, after delivery, has come to Bombay with my mom. Her husband rejoined her after a few months once all the slaughtering came to an end. Yes, he was hidden in a friend's home to keep him from being slaughtered, is what I've been told. We come from straightforward families. Anyway, now what else do we have over here? Shambhavi, what I'm trying to understand over here is, why are you telling me I am the ox and I went and studied in AU? I did an MBA. But why you want to tell me? AO is what? I'm not AO. AU ox is me. My grandfather was called Hadit, my dad was called Om. Ray Road. It's coming to Ray Road. Ray Road जो है ऊपर नीचे कर करके किन किन को हेल्प करता है? जो गलत करते हैं, they throw the trash on other people. रे रोड से कटका बाई हमारे घर कटका करने आती थी 4 साल. Yes, then she committed suicide. And then she sent her relative for 15-18 years working at our home to create what situations? Anyway, whatever it is, this sit doesn't make sense. Other than creating a mess and cheapening India, nothing has been achieved. When we leave this country and move to another country, it's not because we got anything to hide or run from. It's because this place has become very bad energy. And bad energy, like a sewer hole, nobody wants to stay at. अब तू खुद हमको डाइम्स बुलाए तो भाग के कौन सा खजाना के पास जा रहे हैं? For a 52-year-old to wrap up and go to another country is a very difficult effort. And I most certainly wouldn't do the crap to myself. It's not how I was reared. No, you need to get your bloody books of accounts together. You need to get your own understanding together. You made a mess. Whenever anybody has traveled, somehow returning back to Bombay has always been the name of the game. And there's that one thing, there's nothing like home. No place is as nice as Bombay. Today we're waiting to get out, though I'm not sure, because in old age, it is a little difficult. And if you are the one calling me dimes, then what are you going to slap on me? Where's the money? Other than sitting and feeding your own ego, what do you do? Other than helping politicians make a mess, showing our home, sitting and pandering to people who are messing around, sitting and celebrating God only knows what forsaken level of society. The cheapest of the cheapest. How are you supporting that? You have called National Intelligence Agency Yuva. How you can do that? You are reducing everything. Now you tell me, USA से एक स्पेशल इन्वेस्टिगेटिव टीम आइडेंटिटी लेके रेलरोड घूम रही है, तो फिर उसके ऊपर ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट हाउ डू द CIA, Feds and the FBI get termination letters from railroad? How connect? Shape shifting at Elon's camp and at Mr. Trump's camp. You know how many of them have been let off? Stealth mode. Luckily they've all gone on their journey back to their ancestral realms. They were here for a few days. After that, my mom went. My mom will be around me for a long time, and she's not Anita at Ravi Kiran. She's Anu Sadrangani, who speaks from the pendulum. With her, there is a bunch of people. Some of them are not going to be around me in a week's time or so, simply because they are reincarnating their food and water. They are not able to do without it. She says Shirdi Sai Baba has given them the permission, not as felines, not as predatory cats, none of it. Pets for home owners or pet owners, that's the kind of birth they're coming into. It is a strange mix because there is Kiran Merchant, the second husband of my mom, JAYA.ADVANI, the first husband of my mom, Shambhav E, my cousin, my mom's first husband's sister's son's wife. Umesh, her husband, my cousin. Varsha Advani, file name cat, my sister. My Masi, her 3 children. Alisha's parents, without Alisha. It is all those who cannot sustain themselves in spirit. They are missing the food and the water. They need that physical intake. They have yet to wean themselves off the food or the water, something of that sort. That are coming back into some life form where karmically they don't do more bad karma, or they don't, those who have to serve them. They are taken care of, hopefully, by good pet owners. They themselves don't get entangled into worldly affairs, which keeps them here for a longer time. They're able to move on free. That sort of thing. So it's a strange mix, because there's my mom's siblings, there's her first husband, second husband, her own one daughter without me, the first daughter, but not in the spirit form. Her ex-sister-in-law from her first marriage. That her other sister-in-law, who she didn't get along with, is with her as of now in the afterlife. So it's a strange mix of who are being told by the pendulum that are reincarnating. Okay? So you better be careful of these people. You're going to be in a lot of problems if you're going to follow this as your cues. Mr. Samdani, Sam. सैम हमारा दानी नहीं बन सकता है, ना ही कोई इराकी, कोरियन, ईरानी, मिडल ईस्ट. You're not my danis. You have shape-shifted into our home, created a mess for all the ones who were the originals. You broke our families apart. And so shameless. You know, when people have enough in their store of merits, they're never worried about people grabbing. But those who have nothing except debts, that also at a soul level, they're always worried about leaving the body, grabbing, because that's the realms they come from. Also, they know when they leave, they're going to have to level up and go back to those places that they just don't like. That's when they, like starving child or starving children, have to grab anything they can grab. That's the difference in the energy. Thank God there is no NIA over here. She is hiding out at the USA. And messing around from there only. Trump's camp and Elon's camp has this lot only. You get an idea. Bezos, according to me, is no more. She has thrown mud on me on purpose, hiding out. But this is the lot that has destroyed everything in India. Whatever it is, the Kingfisher issue. Jains, it is that conglomerate of people who are very shameless. Very, very shameless. Don't ever judge a book by a cover. You'll be in a lot of problems. So you just logically think, if somebody has a vested interest, they will do these kind of things. Because they have a vested interest. This is what they have done after stealing from my family. You look at these handlines. She is trying to mess around as much as she can. They are very bad quality people. But they have projected themselves so well that you have literally, even if they got the visa of that 5 crore, 10 crore, and if it is from stolen wealth, merchant household, you made offers of 20 crores and 40 crores came from the underworld. If it is somebody from this kind of a background, 20 crores advance लेके रवाना होवे, 40 crores advance लेके रवाना होवे, इनके पास कितने वीज़ास 5-5 करोड़ का ये खरीद सकते हैं और रवाना हो जाते हैं. अंडरवर्ल्ड किसको चेस करेगा? अथॉरिटीज किसको चेस करेगा? Use your common sense. Use your common sense. I went to Australia to study. But that passport got stolen. Prior to that passport, 1995, 1996, done at AK Travels, which is Vinita Rawat's travel agency at Marine Lines, down the line from my home, closer to Churchgate. That girl has studied in JAYA.ADVANI's batch at Fort Convent, stays also at Dalamal somewhere, or Venus Jupiter at Cuff Parade near President Hotel. Red House girl has been around our school from preschool, pre-KG onwards. She did my second passport. The first one had expired. But on the first passport, I went to Singapore and Penang on a Chidambaram ship trip. And then I went to America 2-3 years later on. And that's the only trip I went to America with. That was when I was close to 11 years old, 10 years old. The next passport that I had to do was when I was about 21 years old, 21 years old, to go to Australia to study at Queensland University of Technology. The previous one had obviously expired. 10 years was up. 7 to 17. Or 8 to 18, whatever it is, when I had to go to Australia to do my MBA, it could have been 21 years old, it could have been 20 years old, I'm not getting into the mathematics of it, my passport was expired. Vinita Rawat, Vinny, they call her Vinny, I don't want to say anything, Vinny the Pooh. तो जो विनी द पू है वर्षा के क्लास से, रेड हाउस गर्ल, राइट? I don't call her Winnie the Pooh. That is what they used to say in the thing, and I don't think they were calling her Pooh. They were saying Winnie the Pooh. The character called Winnie the Pooh. She has a thriving business of tourism. Her father and her mother. So they get my second passport done. That passport gets stolen by somebody connected with railroad, pretending to be EU because she could have stolen the genealogy or the genomes, is connected with Diu Daman somewhere, which is Gujarat, connected with IT and artificial intelligence. Or she has gone making all marks on my body, dotting me to grab identity. They are the ones who have given the termination letters to the FBI, created problems of money for the feds, and termination letters to the CIA. Many of them, once they didn't have the umbrella of the organizations that were supporting them, they got scattered in their own homes. She has stealth mode gotten rid of some of them simply because what I said is, almost immediately I said, wait 1 minute, she's telling you to run from your country and go to different places to save money. Don't do it. Come together as a school of fish. Don't give her the opportunity. Don't give them the opportunity. They're very good at what they do. They have been successful since 1986. And nobody can guess. Except you'll see things falling apart, but you won't know where it's coming from. That's the only live proof that I can give as live proof. And wherever you will be throwing the blame, as I said, what it seems is not what it is, and what it is you don't see. This is the first thing that I said at the very beginning. I'm no lime. I'm wondering why I'm still here. I wish I'd gone with the rest of them. Frankly telling you. I don't know why I'm still in my body. Most of my loved ones are already gone. The ones who are still on earth, we don't know where they are. Where they are at. I must ask Shambhav E. It could be a combination of Shambhav E and Chitru Auntie together. Shambhav E never met Chitru Auntie, the real Chitru Auntie. Shambhav E never met the real Chitru Mirchandani Advani ever. Kanaya is connected with Ray Road and with Suchitra Mirchandani Advani's duplicate. He is in the Indian Parliament, not Mr. Kani Advani. Mr. Kani Advani को replicate करके पहले सुचित्रा को निकाल के फिर they went to town to every other thing. Before that it was my mother's brother, Mr. Manjeet Sadrangani at Lagos, Nigeria, 1985. He was the first one. Shambhav E, what I'm trying to understand from you, yesterday I did ask you off camera, many people in your network have stealth mode been murdered, if I have to say so. They have stealth mode been murdered and replicated the same way Suchitra Mirchandani Advani was done away with in 1986. Stealth mode, and Ray Road is the one who took her place as Chitru Advani. It is her network and her DNA that has been stealing genomes and they have gone all the way to the US. They're in Elon's camp and in Trump's camp. Her nexus has gone away to Russia. Mr. Vladimir Putin is still in his body. Sonia Rajiv Gandhi is still in her body. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is still in his body. There are many people from the BJP and the Congress who have been removed from their body, stealth mode murdered and replicated. They are going to be stealth mode murdered and replicated in time to come. Sonia Rajiv Gandhi has moved to the afterlife. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has moved into the afterlife. Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi has moved into the afterlife. Mr. L.K. Advani has moved into the afterlife. Mr. Yedurappa has moved into the afterlife. The sweet Mr. Yedurappa has moved to the afterlife. Mr. Yedurappa, okay. Mr. D.K. Shivakumara has moved to the afterlife. The real Mr. D.K. Shivakumara. Mr. Bomai has moved into the afterlife. The Thackeray's have moved into the afterlife, which means Aditya Thackeray has moved into the afterlife. Raj Thackeray has moved into the afterlife. His brother Uddhav Thackeray has moved into the afterlife. Mamata Banerjee has moved into the afterlife. JAYA.ADVANI has moved into the afterlife. Mr. Parikar has moved into the afterlife. Mr. Arun Jaitley has moved into the afterlife. JAYA.ADVANI has moved into the afterlife. Raga went to visit her in the hospital. Is it true? When she was in the hospital? The Raga that went to visit JAYA.ADVANI, I think that's what her name is, JAYA.ADVANI. That was the real Rahul Gandhi who went to visit her. Amongst your friends here in Bangalore, Shambhav E and Umesh's friends at Bangalore, have many of them passed away, stealth mode, and left for the afterlife? Your social network of friends at Bangalore, along with Umesh's friends from the 80s and the 90s, have many of them stealth mode, been removed from their bodies and sent away into the afterlife? Has the same thing happened with our Sindhi network in Bombay? Has a lot of it happened with our network in Bombay? I needed to check this via the pendulum, primarily because you're telling me that Ray Road is the one who stole my passport. When I went to Australia, I am the ox connected with Australia. Am I Ray Road? Is the holder of the pendulum at Bangalore, 18th floor, Juara Tower, J1801 Purva Palm Beach, from Ray Road? The holder of the pendulum who has problems with the palms is the real Suchitra Mirchandani Advani, who's late, from that network, from Sindhu building. The pendulum holder is holding a pendulum who is connected with Sindhu building, and the real late Suchitra Mirchandani Advani, who has problems on the palm as shown and cuts on the finger done on purpose by the miscreants. They steal identity and they steal property and OCs and identities primarily, they and their network. Wherever they go underhanded and undertones, they insult people left, right, center and are rude with people. They beat the elderly and children. Are they involved in things connected with flesh trade, drug cartels, stealing, that kind of stuff? The holder of the pendulum is part and parcel of their nexus, or then part and parcel of their setup, or even remotely related to them. The holder of the pendulum at Juara Tower, 18th floor, J1801, Purva Palm Beach, Bangalore 560077, is represented as the original JAYA.ADVANI, Kani's daughter, who went and studied at Australia, and is the ox. The ox is sitting over here with bad palms and cuts on the fingers, thanks to the replica and the passport stealer. 1996, connected with the railroad network of stealers. That entire CST to Panvel, further down to Penn. All the nefarious activity they have done from that portion onwards. Today's Anita is connected with them. Today's Chitru also is part of that network. Agnello Fernandez is part of that network. He has shapeshifted as Kiran Merchant. Everything is stolen, stolen, stolen. Every time they want to grab and want money, they involve the underworld, Naxalites and militants from a rebel category of people. Is Kabir Gupta, my actual cousin, connected with any of their nefarious activities? Is he involved in their nefarious activities, not knowing that who they are? Subhash Gupta and Koshi Gupta's first son. He's involved in all their bullshit activities. My actual cousin. Kabir Gupta, who lives abroad, you say he doesn't live in India. Is he involved in their nefarious activities even though they are outsiders? They're only wearing the skin and the identity of the insiders. They're not the insiders. Is Kabir Gupta involved in these nefarious activities? Which Kabir Gupta? Duplicate Kabir Gupta? Cloned Kabir Gupta? Kabir Gupta is a very responsible boy from childhood. The boy who is seen in a photo in frills, in a frilly coat at 190 Sankey Road, Sadashiv Nagar, is he involved in these nefarious activities with the railroad, what I asked you? Fern's Residency, Kabir Gupta is involved in these nefarious activities, connected with railroad. Nikhil Advani, Hukumat Rai Gurmukdas Advani's real son, grandson. Suchitra Mirchandani Advani's real son. Is he involved in nefarious activities with railroad? Nixie Nickel, connected with film industry and the banking financial sector. Are they involved in the nefarious activity connected with railroad? If not, financial industry, some, and I think one of them is shapeshifted for SRK also. The film industry, or maybe RK World, RK. So that's films and the financial industry. And that is Nixie Nickel, not Nikhil Advani, Nikhil Advani. So Nikhil Advani, born in 1974, the grandson of Parsaram Mirchandani and Rimala Mirchandani, is he involved with the nefarious activity connected with railroad? Nixie Nickel, clones starting, I don't know which year, but 1996 there is a brother and a sister team. One for Nikhil, Advani and Shalina Varsha. Are they involved in the nefarious activities connected with railroad? Some alive, some not alive, don't know what it is. It's such a mess. The holder of the pendulum over here, living on the 18th floor, J1801, Purva Palm Beach, Bangalore 560077. Am I involved in the nefarious activities connected with the railroad, or the people and the clones and whatever that nexus or whatever it is? Am I involved with them? Have those people stolen from me and my family as much as they could, whether from the Advani network, whether from my mom's second marriage network, and whatever there is little from the Sadrangani network? Primarily Max is from the Advani network, because that's where the 5 siblings married and did well for themselves on the whole. Next one is the merchant household, which is 500 crores. And then an entire network of lawyers and, Bombay High Court and I don't know what else. They're Gujarati, Marwadi community. And last comes the Sadrangani network. But it has its own flavor. Once they get used to just grabbing, messing around, well, there's always something you can make use of. So, okay, I'm going to put this pendulum down, okay, because I had to recheck about your network, alright, here at Bangalore. So, I'm going to put this down and rest now. I'll come back to this. So all this is part and parcel of trying to grab identity. Apparently they have plugged people 1901, 1802, 1803, 1704, 1601, 1602. The best part is one of them, the owner Shambhav E. Mishra. My reading said from her home there is some broadcasting. She doesn't even live in this building. So I don't know what it is, but that's what one of my readings said. They support Agnello Fernandez, who shapeshifted as Kiran Merchant and is connected with the criminal network of Pakistan. Connected with the ISI. ISI being an official body like RAW doesn't want to dirty its hands. So they outsource the work. As I told you, when you call India's National Intelligence Agency, UVA, I say, in America after age 13 it is expected you be an adult, in India after 18. No, you have spent whole yesterday talking lots of shit. Every bloody Indian festival, how you celebrate it so cheaply. Because you are not from India. You are singing the national anthem being cheap in a woman's bathroom while she is showering. You're singing, being cheap and singing the Indian national anthem. It sounds more like Middle East, which is a war-torn land. You are using shitty words like माँ का जूतिया. अरे चूतिया, तुम कहाँ पैदा हुआ है? तुम कहाँ पैदा हुआ है? तुम्हारे माँ बाप है भी के? You are orphans. तुमको कहाँ से उठाया है? How we can have things like साउथ अफ्रीका सुई यूज करे एआई के साथ, बेवकूफ क्लास है। अब रे रोड से कोई ऐसे घटिया बात करे, माँ का जूतिया, माँ का जूतिया, माँ का जूतिया, क्या जूतिया चुतिया, कैसे तुम लोग बात करते हो? Then you dare to call National Intelligence Agency you are a bloody donkey in a war-torn Middle East. Maybe you don't know what parents are. That's because you didn't have them. But listen, donkey, you have come to India, you have eaten, wearing face and identity of people that you are not capable of being. From there you have created so much confusion. अब तुमको तो पता है कौन ओरिजिनल कौन डुप्लीकेट, तो तू छुतिया बिना माँ का, क्या माँ का जुतिया। People who are home, they are not so cheap. When people are so cheap, they never get a good birth. They get born, shat out in a shithole on earth. Where to stay alive, they need to go to other places. Identity तो है ही नहीं, चोरी करना पड़ता है। बिना माँ का तू चूतिया, फिर तू बनता है जो तू बना है। You joke of the Brahman. You are in America today, माँ का जुतिया। Let proper mothers from proper lokas. India is Bharat Mata. You know? Hey, Road. कटका भाई, कटका भाई, झाड़ू कटका, पार्ट टाइम काम वाली बाई, कटका भाई, घटिया बाई। यू बी केयरफुल। तो हमने ऐसे ऐसे जगहों पे शेप शिफ्ट करके ऊपर नीचे किया है। भगवान तुमको कभी नहीं छोड़ देगा। जो दज्जल कली एंटी गॉड है, बीस्ट, वो बीस्ट तुम जैसे लोगों के बीच में पड़ता है, तुमने उसको पाला है। He is brown, he is 5 feet 5 inches. He is from you. The beast rises from the Middle East. He is from amongst you. You ain't seen nothing that you are going to now end up at. Those who have gone away to the higher realms, they yet have to return as pets for 15 years because they cannot do without food, water. They are amongst pretty good crowd from Swargloka and above. They get Shirdi Sai Baba's audience all the time. Yet their conditioning is not conditioned enough to go without the food and the water. So they are returning to earth. Don't know where all they're going to be distributed. Don't even know which forms they are going to be in. But whatever it is, I trust whatever it is, it will be good only. कुछ भी बन सकते हैं। Now you will destroy the whole animal kingdom to find them. You won't be able to. They can be anything, anywhere, for the next 15 years. But if they cannot survive and they have to return for 15 years, that also from the upper realms, in some form where they don't have to be joined in activity of a high human intellect, where they get caught. Yet they do their job the way they're supposed to do their job. then when the kind of karma you have done, when you have to leave the body, how are you going to finish your earnings, as already discussed so many times earlier? तो रे रोड जो एक नेक्सस है वहीं से शुरू हुआ है. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस आईटी को यूज़ करके रे रोड यूजेस द नीडल ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस स्विंग डॉट्स onto the ox. All this is outcomes of it. If I look closely, I'll be able to show it to you, but I'm not going to show it to you. Now, if these people can do to a woman who they have called special needs, something wrong with the brain. Koshi Gupta की जो एक शेप शिफ्टर इसी पार्ट की है, she is not the original. She insists people go for counseling. Tell her it's a physical problem, not interested. You got a mental problem. You get a mental problem, you get onto the wrong medication, you're done for. Feelings you would not otherwise have, you'll become incoherent. You'll probably also have mood swings, which is not okay. All the more problems. You can also, no, you don't need medication to be fuzzy in the brain. Let me tell you, that chip in your brain with a sui is enough. It's called brain control. It's very unfortunate, but when I asked the pendulum, I said, for the cloning, is the Indian Army competent to deal with it? I got a big resounding 3-time no. That's very unfortunate. But you know what? 90% or 99% of the battle is won if you know your enemies, you know what the weapon is, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. That's better than fighting in the dark. So she, what they do is they lie a lot. There's one bunch from the Fernandez setup that does all the lying, layering. The IT, AI, medical connection is from Railroad, along with cloning. So there are two sets of people who work together. And they've gotten habituated to being very bad with people, number one. Number two, they have got habituated to just assuming anything they set their eyes on that is not earned by them, but they've set their eyes on it, it's theirs. Their training is from a very young age, it's hardcore. Worse than your terrorist camps, because these people pretend to be urban people, but their training is so hardcore, plus we cannot ignore whether they are brain controlled also or they've been chipped at birth. More so the generation after, I think, maybe mid-1980s or 85 onwards, 84 onwards. It's very unfortunate for them. You are, but you are not the first bloody Yuva that was shut out on earth. Adam and Eve came way before you. उसने पहले युवा बना दिया था. क्या? Adam and Eve were created on earth नंगा, लेकिन प्योरिटी लेवल्स इतना था किसी को नंगा देखे कुछ होता ही नहीं है. पता है जो उसके पास है हमारे पास भी है. फिर उसने बच्चे पैदा किया. They went through the stage of Yuva, but they were not as cheap as you. In fact, they were born at a time when nothing was available on earth. They had to build up everything on earth, in every field. So they weren't sitting, messing around, shitting, pissing on everything that was God given to them. Otherwise you wouldn't have the development on earth the way we have it. युवा युवा नया national anthem बनाया कि क्या है problem? Then you will end up the Syria and Iraq or war-torn Middle East at India. युवा युवा क्या है? No, come on. Adam Eve first to be born. उसके बाद कितने बच्चे पैदा हुए हैं? All of them became yuvas along the way. What is on earth, the development on earth that is today was not there in those days. But if you got people from Syria, Iraq, Korea, shape-shifting for Anu and Binu, white lights turning dark black, and you have been sitting and I don't know why you have been training people or chipping them, then everything on earth will end up from Adam Eve's days. It would be far worse. Like Syria, like Iraq, like the worst, Korea. Women over there cry all the time. Instead, most of the world didn't do yuva, yuva, yuva. In a more righteous, meritorious way, they built ground upwards. And that's why you have different kinds of places on earth, some thriving and some dying in oppression, depression, financial depression, oppression, and still worse karma done by them when they go hiding out in other people's lands to spread the disease. You don't call National Intelligence Agency yuva. The minute you get a job, even as an intern from college, you stop being the yuva. You are a professional. You bloody well be an ethical, moralistic professional of a high order. Otherwise, get out. ऐसे लोग बने, पता नहीं तुम्हारे साथ होने को क्या है. छी. So she's saying this is the problem. They have a father's brother who is played a rotten role. This woman is a chutta kaamwali bai. Katka bai, the way Purva Palm Beach has how many part-time maids going to homes? No. You don't change identity. Don't fucking do that. The maid class is not my relatives, nor are they my friends. If you are going to have these people getting you your seats, all the best to India and India's yuva. Little time you'll think you're winning it. You don't earn it properly, you're screwed over for eternity. Once you fall into the lower realms, it is very difficult to get out. People who have earned 40 kalpas, even one kalpa. No, kalpa. हम उसको kalpa बोलता है तो kalp बोलो. It makes no difference. 4 युगा जो होता है, 4 yugas. Even 5 minutes in that narc is not good. You go and live in Syria, go see Iraq, go see Pakistan. You must YouTube पे जाके देखो क्या है situations. कोरिया के बारे पढ़ो. Now you are talking fucking yuva. You tell me one thing. ये युवा स्टोरी लेके ये चूते जो है इंडिया से अमेरिका और रशिया क्यों गए हैं? Depleting Europe. I asked on the pendulum yesterday, should I go to America? I got a resounding no. Should I go to South America? I got a resounding no. Should I go to Europe? I got a no. Swear on God. Should I stay in India? I got an absolute no. Japan जाऊं बोले no. China जाऊं बोलो no. तो कहाँ जाना है? You go to Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand. Bolu, okay. But that's strange, no? She says, no, you go to these places only. So what? These places that she's talking about doesn't have yuva? They're all born elderly? So yuva is an excuse to cover that they have changed lots of people in very key positions who don't know the job, they don't have the competency, they come straight out of war-torn land. जहाँ पे you don't like somebody, bomb चला के उसको उड़ा दो या accident में मरवा दो. They don't have the competency of actual rigorous work and what the military does, what the police does, what the governance does, they don't have that. तो युवा युवा बोल के एक एक्सक्यूज इनकॉम्पिटेंसी को कवर करने के लिए, कंफ्यूजन लगाने के लिए दे टॉक युवा, youth to hide their incompetency because they are clones in key positions in all the positions and institutions spoken to you about, to cover their incompetency with the face of the original who is dead. They use the term yuva, youth, to confuse you. Do not be confused. What separates Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, Vietnam? They also have yuvas, but they are not rich enough as the economies that you have gone to steal from, as America, Russia, India. You are from South Africa, Africa, as well as the Middle East. You have shaken hands at the bottom of the pyramid. That's where all this is coming from. You have fooled lots of people of warm, good hearts who did nothing to you. You have played this filthy game from the 80s itself. But then see where you have functioned from. See, if you look at Pakistan as a country, I said the Pakistanis are nice. Varsha said no. बोलती है ना वो भी बहुत चालाक है. बोलो no, they are nice. What the general public will do? She says ना चालाक है. You want to see? Pendulum पे दिखाऊं? Whatever I am telling you is off camera, which I have done with the pendulum earlier. A pendulum पे दिखाते हैं. And Ray wrote bloody woman. You got a nice face? Useless woman? Nobody wants one futa koda of your stinking wealth. जो कोटक बैंक तुमको सोच के हमको इंसल्ट हमेशा करता है आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस आईटी के साथ. Nobody wants your fuck all. You call yourself an NRI, you cheap bitch who has stolen wealth. You got blood money to your name. Nobody wants one futa ugly koda of the ugly you. Cheap woman. Nobody. तुमने हमारा आइडेंटिटी चोरी करके अब पैसा कमाया है. रियर्डो एंट्री तुम्हारे जो डुप्लीकेट्स है, तुमको एक प्राइवेट लीग कस्टमर सोचता है एनआरआई बोल के. So that is shitty spit-worthy money. But don't you dare touch what you call dimes, which is JAYA.ADVANI's money, the real Jaya Kanyalal Hukumatrai Advani. Nobody wants your shit, but don't you dare touch what my dad did for me, which is this 2 BHK apartment on the 18th floor of Purva Palm Beach, Bangalore 560077, and whatever little FD I have in HDFC Bank and Kotak Bank. Don't you dare fuck around, you trashy woman. So who am I speaking with? My mom is out. She's come back. You did a good healing. This morning I checked, it said you were meditating. Yesterday when I checked, I was told you were becoming a more lit being, or you are getting the light, so that you are in the process of your soul healing for whatever your earth experiences were. What is it? They're taking you back into the history. You will be going in front of the lit realm of judges. I'm going to be sitting with you through it all, the way I did in the case of JAYA.ADVANI, my little baby sister, my cutie pie, file name cat. So I'm going to do the same thing with you. I didn't get a chance with Shambhav E, right? But their issues are taken care of on the back of JAYA.ADVANI, file name cat. Through you, we will be talking about lots of governments going forward, though I know nothing. I hardly know anything. Okay, we'll leave that for later. Binu Masi is coming as the pet on earth. She can't do without food and water. So she's returning. Okay. Okay. I'll keep giving you food. You have to keep telling me what you want, or at least direct me so that I can do whatever's necessary that makes you more comfortable, as much as can be done. Okay. Now what I'm trying to understand is Shambhav E there. Can I speak with Shambhav E? Can I speak with Shambhav E? Shambhav E is now gone for healing or for meditation or something of that sort. Umesh Shambhav E, Umesh's wife, Shambhav E. Shambhav E has left to go somewhere. Shambhav E spends time with her father and any of her relatives who have passed on. Shambhav E goes to spend time just also watching out for Dev wherever he's at. Dev's replica mother is treating him okay. Generally, they're pretty bad with the kids. First in an underhanded manner, then once they have what they want in a in your face kind of a manner. So far he's okay. Krish so far is okay. I so far am okay compared to what you guys have gone through. Am I lime, mama? In spite of whatever's happened, you can see my soul. But do you see me being a lime atma, like, bitter about anything? Am I kind of little stupid? But okay, on the whole, okay, happy to go with the flow. Do I genuinely feel that God is kind for most part of it? I don't know. I really feel God is very kind. On the whole, I really do feel God is very kind. Do you see Railroad and her network getting caught soon, Mama? You see them getting caught soon? Okay, Shambhav E told me I should move abroad. She says you consulted Shirdi Sai Baba, and on consulting him, you've come to a conclusion that I should move abroad. And yes, Dev Hingorani also, she had the same advice to him. she had the same advice to Krish. She didn't want to give advice. She said Ahilya is taken care of as well as by whoever's in their body around them. And same way, other than Ahilya, she said Liana also is taken care of. It is Krish and Dave and myself that she was giving the advice to. Okay, yesterday I said, should I move to Europe? Are you advising movement to Europe? Are you advising movement to South America where you were at? Are you advising to move to America? I asked her Japan. Are you advising to move to Japan? Are you advising to move to Russia? Are you advising to move to China? Are you advising to move to Taiwan? Are you advising to move to South Africa? Are you advising to move to Thailand? Are you advising to move to Vietnam? Are you advising to move to Philippines? Are you advising to move to Malaysia? So between Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam and Malaysia, you're saying move to those countries? You are Mama who's talking? You are Anu Sadrangani, my mom? From here, when I went to the Sai Prashnavali, what I got from Shirdi Sai Baba was that the night will end and a new, daylight will come in, is what he said upon getting this information from you, rather from Shambhav E, because you were not around yesterday. Don't go with that yesterday, that Keralite thing, don't go, because you're just screwing around with AI. My mom knows the Atma, doesn't know the form. Tomorrow, even if I become an ugly ogre, the ones who are in the afterlife will still be able to see my Atma and they'll know exactly who I am, and they will know Railroad even if she becomes an ogre herself, beyond recognition. The whole bunch of you who will become ugly hunchbacks, the size of tortoises, still my mom will be able to see your Atma. If you are a black Atma, you'll be a black Atma. If you are a white Atma, you'll be a white Atma. Whatever shade of the shade card, black to white, the Atma can see other Atmas, what they are for. You understood? So don't mess around, because you are uneducated from a war-torn, desperate land. You understood? समझा क्या बात किया? Okay, Mama, I'm keeping this down now. I'm going to go back to the read and see what's being said over there. So there is this man could have shapeshifted for Ramesh Advani. There's a Dr. Ram involved, perhaps. Or maybe it is Dr. Sam Samdani. Yeah, Dr. Sam Su. Om Ox AUAIEU dot. You dare to call yourself ER? You get out of your body. There's a fine line between thievery and actually legally doing what you've done. Highly illegal, whatever you have done. It is stealing, blatant stealing of the lowest kind. It's sad because doctors are supposed to be equivalent to reviving sick people with the help of skills connected with being a godly being, not serving the beast. They keep doing daughter. I don't know what they keep doing. Daughter. पता नहीं क्या करते रहते हैं, बोलते हैं I don't know, this is not how we speak. I am so happy to go to the afterlife if I can. To tell you quite frankly, I got good company over there than this thrashy crap that follows me around. Don't know who Suma is. Oh yeah, ex Suma daughter AI Doctor EU, or it may be Soma. You know Soma and Bhavna. Soma had cancer. It was very sad because it's her father who was blamed for raping some Katakabai. Soma's father had three beautiful daughters and one good looking son. He comes from a background of the film industry where they have done successful movies. When the real Suchitra JAYA.ADVANI's sister gets married into that household, and it is all show with the very top stars of Bollywood. अब ऐसे आदमी के साथ बदसलूकी करो because their family went through a lot after a particular year. Guess where it must have come from? So he starts, his wife is doing cookery lessons from her home, and maybe some other arts craft lesson also from the home, and also doing catering from the home. He's running I think portfolio business, building portfolios for the models and for new actresses who wish to, something like, not Babu Ratnani is very 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 successful, so we can't compare the two, but the business is the same. Mr. Rohit Sahu was not that successful, but similar. अब उसको ब्लेम कर दिया है कि उसने रेप किया है, that he has raped the Katka wali bai in the heat of Bombay, the humidity of Bombay, after going to 5, 6, 7 homes, and at that time there is no question of a washing machine in the house. Everything is manual. अब out of all things, why is he going to rape the Katka wali bai? For what? तो ये रेलरोड का काम ही हो सकता है और कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. She has blamed Monica auntie for having black stones in the house, but the thing is, and saying she's doing black magic. But the truth is, if you know anything about stones, you will come to know that people keep black tourmaline, black stones, black onyx primarily because it's a defense mechanism to save yourself from people who are doing black magic to you or have a harmful intent. If you think about it, Monica auntie and Rohit uncle's life was a pretty tough one for reasons they can't understand. And no, they're not off the streets. The Amrit building, A and B tower where they live at, even Shah Rukh Khan and Gauri Khan, when they have gotten married first, lived for a few years in that second building till they build their own home. So they're on rent for a little while till his career takes off. तो वो रास्ते पे थोड़ी ना रह रहे थे. Mr. Rohit Sahu had a nice 2 BHK or a 3, I don't know, 2 BHK or a 3 BHK. I think 2 BHK, I don't even remember. 3 BHK on Carter Road when prices weren't that much. Bandra had yet to develop, but he was okay settled. My question is, how did all these things happen? Then his daughter Soma Sahu, Bhavna's sister, she had cancer. Then she passed away. Her mother had to bend backwards. A very tough time handling Soma and Soma's whatever her health issues were. She had one daughter, the husband left her, the daughter stayed back with her husband. Lots of confusion. Where does all this come? Avalanche upon avalanche of bad luck is not so bad all the time, unless it's not being done to a person, or then situations are not representing themselves to people to put them on a back foot, time and again. She is, Monica auntie is Suchitra Mirchandani Advani's real sister. Don't know what has happened with Mahesh uncle and Raj uncle. Not sure whether they're even around, not around, only they know their situation. They were in Sharjah. So anyway, over here we got the daughter Soma. Soma to passed away ages ago, so perhaps they took her identity also, because both the girls are Sita and, is Sita's name here? Her younger sister, Sita, and Sita's mother, that is Monica auntie. So all three girls are very good looking. At least Bhavna has walked the ramp, I know, and taken part in the fashion shows. They're tall and, model material. So I'm guessing they've taken the ID of them, mixed it with EU. She could have niceties of her personality, which just wearing the ET, you become a nice person. If I wear the ET of Kataka Bai, who gives lots of galis, the Marathi style on the streets of I don't know where, or I'm connected with a tapori, I'll become that. So my this thing, now you're going for my hat again. What's your problem? तुमको एक्चुअली कुछ करना ही नहीं है. ये जो डांस ड्रामा वॉट एवर यू हैव डन नो इज यूजलेस. द रियल वर्क इज फ्रॉम द स्पिरिट realm. Here we come for a breather because the spirit realm is difficult to live in spirit if you don't have the practice. तो the body is a breather. जेब के अंदर कितना पैसा है खर्च करने के लिए, वो है हमारा बर्थ. कर्ज कितना है, दैट इज नॉट सच अ नाइस बर्थ. लेकिन जो दिखता है वो है नहीं, और जो है वो दिखता नहीं है. कभी कभी लगता है इसने ऐसे कर्म किया है, माय गॉड लुक एट एवरी मोड देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम. ये सच्ची एक बहुत घटिया आत्मा है. लेकिन झेलने और उसके बल पे कुछ गलत कर्म ना करे, लेकिन बोट नाव जो है चलता जा रहा है स्लो 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 लाइक अ टॉर्टोइस. So that has a different story. You need to read between the lines. Nobody would have ever guessed that those people are able to clone. They have cracked cloning. They're so desperate for the wealth, they'll do anything. Ethics models, though, from before they were born in this lifetime only was null and void. Now I don't know why EO की डॉटर तो सोमा नहीं है. If you look at Sita, which is more with who's alive today, so if you're talking about Sita's daughter, are we talking about Ashish Bhatia's sister? Sita Bhatia and Vittal Bhatia got married to Dodia. Your brother was interested in me. Is your real brother or is your false brother? Ek Vaishnav Bhatia smelling of garlic when I just finished my 10th standard SSC exam. Very fair, living on the first floor of K Tower, Maker Towers. I've come down from J Tower, 10th floor, my Nani's house, Parvati Sadangani. From the first floor, jo whatever your false ceiling, wall wheeling, whatever, and all that sit out, without, whatever it is, can be seen from the ground floor to the first floor in K Tower. So this boy, before I have gone to college, introduces himself. He's Ashish Bhatia. He's a fair version, चिकना boy. बोलूँ कितना गार्लिकी और चिकना और ग्रीन ग्रीन पैच है इसके चेहरे के ऊपर, राइट? But he's not very tall. I'm used to tall boys. Minimum 5'11" in height. तो बोलो okay. Later on, whatever it is, we become friends in college. Now this boy suddenly becomes long face, sunken cheeks, and dark skin, with a heavy stubble and heavy hair. But I still not thought about it. He tells me, do you even know what is your car plate number? So I say, no, I don't know. But those cars are in my home from the time before I'm born, one of them. The other one after Varsha was born, or around the time Varsha was born, from 75. The third one when I'm in the 5th standard. So I don't know those car numbers. Today you asked me about my Vento car also, I don't know the number. You asked me about one Quid I bought, don't know the number. Ask me about the esteem, I don't know the number. So he said, do you even check the car number before like you get in or whatever? So I don't know. The only thing I asked this boy was, how come you become so dark? Like, what is your face? How come you become so tanned? He said, I was playing cricket throughout the summer, so I become tanned. So I say, okay, but the energy now, in retrospect, I remember the energy is different. Ek hai Vaishnav Bhatia, the other one is different. He's got a different energy. Now, one of theirs, I don't even know if their brother's name is, whether their sister's name is Anju Dodia, or they were actually making stories on the phone. Because today, in retrospect, who is who, we don't know. Right? Who is intercepting, who's not intercepting, I have no idea. So anyway, the connection to this Sita's daughter, if it is Sita and Vittal Bhatia, फिर उसकी जो daughter है वो YEO connected with painting. She went to Paris, I was told on a scholarship. She got married to her teacher, professor, who was teaching her in JJ School of Arts. Then they got married. That's what I know about them. And that's it. They did very well for themselves later on. Shobha De's husband was patronizing their work, and it worked for them. That's all. So, how does Elon Musk come into this? I don't know. X, he was my friend. Your brother and I didn't do anything because I was not sure about him. I have the right to feel comfortable in a relationship, whether it feels right or it doesn't feel right. I don't get physical with people. I was happy that your brother was a very nice friend. A very nice friend, but I don't like breaking hearts. And I don't like misusing people's interest in me. I come from a family when someone gives me a gift, first uska jo value bahut hai, we cannot take it. Second, if we do take something, we have to return it if things don't work out. Because what we take at some point in time in the future, we have to give back. This is how I have been brought up. Taking advantage of a boy is an absolute no-no. Because if I break somebody's heart, I'm going to be heartbroken down the line myself. But if I'm telling the boy I'm not sure about you, okay, I feel, but I don't feel, I'm not sure. Then getting into a marriage with a boy like this, even if he's been friends with me for 6 years or 7 years, that is from 89 to 1997 sometime, right? That's doing him wrong. It's not an ego issue. It is much larger than an ego issue. It is about things working rather than pretending. So anyway, it did not work out, and that's good. It's good. He must have got someone a zillion times better, hopefully. Well settled, in a good family. We're very happy. We're still happy being single. We're not interested in tying up with anybody. I think we like men who are probably foreign from India. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. Or I just haven't met my type. Okay? Now, I don't know. YEO daughter Sita due X means the X is Ashish Bhatia. If it is connected with Sita, so I don't know anybody else who has Sita involved in their family. Sumer was never my ex. Sumer हमारा cousin का cousin है. As kids we've hung around each other and had some nice, with my dad involved, his parents involved, just hung around together as cousins. Just a bunch of kids. The only ex connected with Sita is Ashish Bhatia. His sister is a big artist. So is his brother-in-law. So they could be connected with values, but I don't understand. Is there a Uma? I don't know any Uma. Maybe that's his mother-in-law or the girl he's got married to. I don't know. I haven't kept in touch with anyone, so I don't know who's gone and done what with whom. Varsha is the one who actually knows what's happening in everybody else's home. So if at all there's ever been, oh, I met Sakina over there, which is at Bombay Gym bar night. I saw your friend Tanya, we spoke a bit. So it is Varsha who knows all these people, in spite of them being, I met Priyanka Agarwal. So she's the one who socializes enough to meet people at whichever dues she was going to, all the way up to I think 2009. Yet in her identity there's a big problem. Because many people were stealth mode gotten rid of and replicated. Yeah, she has seen Vidula in touch with this one, that one, God knows who all. I, for a large part, after I left school, haven't kept in touch with anybody who were friends in school. The bunch of friends I had in college, I did not keep in touch with them after I left college. The friends I had at QUT in Australia, I hardly kept in touch with them because there's only a Sayota Saxeria. The rest of them, I'm not in touch with them at all. I just go with the flow. I keep moving on with the situation. And I'm pretty happy. Some of them Varsha has reconnected with. If I'm dimes, I don't know. I was never competing with anybody. Neither am I dimes nor am I lime. I'm just contented. I'm content. I'm happy. I don't understand what the problem with y'all are. First and foremost, how many of them are still alive is the big question. Because there is a full nexus that has been replicated. Don't know what it is, but there is a problem. YEOs wouldn't have been left easy. They have something that is required from those who have been messing around. This is the first lot which would have been sent off. They are the young entrepreneur organizations. I think I will let this be over here. I'll return to it. I don't know how Shambhav E is taking this to Ashish Bhatia's setup. I find it literally very surprising. Maybe Ashish Bhatia had a clone who was not of a good quality, and he messed up things for the real Ashish Bhatia. And that's pretty sad. One thing that can be reiterated again, and again: the originals will never ever do anything to disrepute their parents, give with criminal activity, or do things that are bad for their family. It is only the clones who will do it, and they do that with relish. So do not fall for the face. Go with historical behavior, historical family patterns. You will catch the thief in the timeline almost immediately. Okay? And no, you're not looking for a needle in the haystack. There are needles everywhere. You just have to see the red flags. Connected with what you know from the past, and then a slow change. People don't change. We are actually creatures of habit. The Middle Eastward, or the ones who have shaken hands at the bottom of the pyramid, would like you to believe, oh, shadi ho gaya, so he has changed, she has changed. When the children come, they become like that. That's all bullshit. You just go with historical patterns of families, how they functioned, from grandparents to parents to the children. The child's behavioral patterns up to a point in time, and then a change in it, which brings damage and disrepute, because that's how they work it. Yes, there is something over here which I'm finding strange. This is a condom. Either it is, oh yes, Sita daughter, dumb or mud, Durex. Don't tell me. Their net worth must be pretty good. Everybody who has a good net worth has a chance of getting a clone in your home. Behavioral patterns are the most important. It's happened with many people. Okay? Without insulting anybody. The other thing is, it could be YEOs. Don't know if there is yummy mummy over here somewhere. My Varsha used to say yummy mummy, but that was not my Varsha. I don't know what that's got to do with. I don't think I want to leave it at this, so we will Sita Rama duo I don't even know how to understand this. I'm just putting it through. Maybe his wife, maybe when Ashish Bhatia got married, or then his sister got married. They were a happy couple, both artists. Ex-Ox, him and his wife. Something connected with Dawn. YO Duo EUD Sita Rama X-Ox. So Ashish Bhatia was stood in for by the dark skinned guy, as I told you, with a different energy. A Vaishnav Bhatia is of a very different energy compared to your Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. Very heavy hair, and a darker skin. His energy is of one, he I think can be violent. Second, he is very sexual. The original Ashish Bhatia is not that way. That's the difference between Ashish Bhatia 1989 and I think 1993, 94, 95, 96. There was a change in the energy. I think it was 93 onwards. You'll say a boy is getting impatient. No, generally I think Bombay has so much variety that it's never a problem. If you have grown up in Bombay, so you know what all is available in Bombay from the very beginning. Over here it is saying that D replicated a Sita Ram, and not that anybody is Sita or anybody is Ram. No. Primarily the Vaishnav Bhatia, if you know what Lord Ram is. Lord Ram is Vishnu's one avatar. Vaishnavites and the Vaishnav Bhatyas, I keep calling them Vaishnav Bhatyas. Jigna Bhatia, Vaishnav Bhatia. किरण मर्चेंट वैष्णव भाटिया. रवि किरण के जो नरोत्तम दास मर्चेंट है वैष्णव भाटिया. आशीष भाटिया भी वैष्णव भाटिया. So primarily people connected with who are Vaishnavites. Maybe they were replicated by people who weren't that great. Again over here it could be about Kiran uncle and my mom, because yes, my mom and Kiran uncle got along really well. They were a happy couple. Kiran uncle is a Vaishnav Bhatia, but and my mom is my father's ex. Anu is 1937, which is JAYA.ADVANI's ex-wife. D may have gone spoiling everything. Also, there is an exodus of anybody who has, so this is going back to the beast. So what did I tell you yesterday? I have not yet put up that video. I have not yet put out that video. It is in preparatory stage. Yesterday while waking out of sleep, it was white light turning to black, and कली जो होता है उसका सिंबलाइजेशन जो होता है वो जेनिटल्स होता है. That is what was shown to me. I couldn't check with my mom properly because she'd gone in for the healing. So I couldn't check with her. So this is saying the same thing of what I said. It is blaming a YEO duo. Maybe they have shape-shifted into YEO setups. NICKEL and his sister, who has stood in for JAYA.ADVANI, Shalina, shape-shifted for Anita also. Anyway, as long as you have understood that the exodus of Sita Ram has been done by these people, the who's who, you just have to be godly and that's it. I already told you, when the beast who's 5 feet 4.5 inches or 5 feet 5 inches, that bunch of part-time maids who came to my home to clean on the identity of Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy, the beast was amongst them. They don't like God. They like spoiling places. They burst crackers in case via technology one of the maids who come to clean part-time leave the smell of piss, urine, shit, vomit. With technology they are setting it off. It is also being hidden inside the gels and powders. All it takes is a click on the technology. You call it atom molecule. अब भगवान तुमको दिखाएगा जो तुमको दिखाना है अब आगे जाके. यहाँ पे लोग खर्च करते हैं हार्ड वर्क करके पैसा कमाना. हर कोई तुम जैसे चोरी करने वाले नहीं है. उनको पता है how useless that activity is. But when people are earning hard-earned money, making a name for themselves so that they can provide security to the next generation, doing the right activity, you are the one who has gone doing a mass exodus of them, grabbing their wealth, harassing the elderly and their children. You are useless. हमारे बॉडी से आवाज करके कुछ मिलने वाला नहीं है. तुमको ऐसे ऐसे. You don't know what is going to happen to you once you leave the body and you go into the atmic form. That's where all the fun starts. It's 15 years down the line. 1-5. तो बेजोस अकॉर्डिंग टू माई अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज नो मोर. आरके वर्ल्ड वही कर रहा है. थोड़े ऐसे प्रोडक्ट्स बेच रहा है अभी तक. कोडिंग, बार कोडिंग, QR कोडिंग with your address. They've been trying to steal the OCs. Just by association. मेड आती है, कुछ बकती है फ़ोन पे या बकती है बाजू वाले से, रिकॉर्डिंग रीलिंग कर रहा है कुछ और. द मेड बिकम्स द ओनर एंड द ओनर बिकम्स गॉड नोज व्हाट. तुम हमारे घर झाड़ू पोटका कटका करने आते हो पघार पे, और नाउ इट इज टू बिग बिकॉज यू हैव हाथ मारोफाइड. That syndicate has हाथ मारोफाइड so much that my maid who comes to do कटका डाइम्स बोलती है. डाइम्स बोलती है. So in that shape-shifting group, my reading says the beast was there. He's a boy with male apparatures for the men. The others were girls. The beast was amongst them. Whenever they go to God's altar, either they are mishandling the God, or then these lousy smells. If that is not somebody who doesn't like godly people, then you tell me what it is. Best part is Bangalore police, after those girls have gone, they've come to Purva Palm Beach to tell Purva Palm Beach how to verify the maids. 2.5 years, 3 FIRs were filed. And every time this woman comes back, my CCTV camera gets affected. But looks like they dare to call it the NIA, National Intelligence Agency, and then call the National Intelligence Agency युवा. युवा एक्सोडस करते हैं सीताराम के. हाँ, युवा घर घर जाके पगार पे झाड़ू कटका का जॉब लेके पिस शिट वॉमिट का स्मेल टेक्नोलॉजी IT AI UI पे करके कड़की जो है अब ट्रिलियनर बन गई है. ऐसे ऐसे. और जो कॉमर्स के लोग हैं कमाई करते हैं भरपूर तरीके से, तो गवर्नमेंट चलता है, फिर तुमको नौकरी मिलता है, पगार वहां से मिलता है, तो उनको ही निकालेगा. एंड यू डेयर टू कॉल इट व्हाट युवा. इट इज द हाइट ऑफ इनकॉम्पिटेंसी, हाइडिंग बिकॉज ऑफ क्लोन्स who come from war-torn areas, who don't know how to behave. They don't know the job. They take the name Yuva and support incompetency till there is so much confusion that those half-broken buildings standing in Syria also will be too much in the future for you. तुमको एक शैंटी मिले गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस खोलने के लिए, you'll be lucky. ऐसे तुमने कर्म किया है, ऐसे लोगों के साथ तुमने दिया है. They must have gotten rid of them. I don't think. She got a scholarship to Paris. But nothing about your painting is talking about things that are bad. It is only possible if one of them is been exodus, then duplicate comes in, comes with different ideas, is an influencer for a huge society of socialites and NGOs and all kinds of things. It is only possible over there. Vaishnavites know about Vishnu's role. Advait is not stealing. How you can use the word Advait and support stealing? The constables were downstairs. Radhika and Rana Dey's mother, Shobha Dey, Dilip Dey's wife. Dilip Dey is the man who does lots of patriotism. He does patriotic. What do you do? Patronism. He's a patron for new artists and things like that. So there was a time when Nikhil got very interested. Nixie Nikhil, not my Nikhil Advani. Nixie Nikhil got interested in artwork. Ashish Jagtiani got interested in artwork as investment. That was 2002. Ashish Jagtiani told me you should have hung around Ashish Bhatia. At least I would have got some paintings for free from Anju Dodia and her husband Atul Dodia. I said, you're mad or what? जो चलता नहीं है, अब painting क्या लेना है? But the East must have started from that time onwards. Ashish Jagtiani is not supposed to be around anymore. He didn't even get married to Girija. That's the best part. All this is coming to a full circle. The constables get out her house in Maharashtra, Bombay at Maker Tower. AB wing is where she stays. AB Tower. A Tower or B Tower, the better ones with bigger flats. 4 BHK, 6 BHK, 5 BHK. J Tower, I Tower, K Tower, where not K Tower, J Tower and I Tower, where my mom's brother Z, Nani and Masi had 3 flats, are the smaller ones, 1 BHK and 3 BHK. My school friend Tanya in the L Tower, was she in L Tower? Yeah, she was in L Tower. She has 2 BHK. Like that, there are many people. She's not my friend. Tanya Ahuja is Tanya Barya's friend. So, we used to play hopscotch downstairs, near the cars, near the sea. When I used to stay and visit my mom after they split. So I used to stay in my nanny's house. So anyway, this is to happened. I don't even know how many people are alive. Most people who were partying were vulnerable, were traveling. Many of them are no more. And that's why we have the confusion we have in society that we have today. It's nothing else. You should just understand it. It's pretty sad actually. Because one thing, whether we stayed friends or didn't stay friends, most people who were in my school and college were good people. Most of them were good people. Okay, so anyway, I think here we will close it. This is fine. So we're closing this. It's lunchtime. No, it's siesta time. 14:25, 14:30, 2:30 in the afternoon. Okay, but I'm going to go and have some lunch. We shut it over here.